Hey, what is up, Flav City family? It is Bobby and Art coming at you a first ever of its kind Friday night live cooking stream. Hey, some people go out for happy hour on Friday. They go out to the bar, the clubs. We stay home. We rock a Friday night supper. Hashtag Friday nights with Flav, right? That's where you want to be. You don't want to be out and about overpaying for drinks and food. You want to hang out with the Flav City family in the kitchen, right? So I'm going to pull up the live stream here. What I want to know from you guys is a couple things. Can you hear me good? Can you see the picture good? And most importantly, leave a comment down below. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm in Sweet Home Chicago right now. Beautiful day outside those windows there, but Art and I really wouldn't know because we've been busy all day, right? We went to the grocery store and we filmed Sunday's video. We did a bread review. I'll tell you more about that, what kind of breads to buy, what to avoid, what to look for, and it happened. We got kicked out of the grocery store. Luckily, it happened towards the end of the video, so we finished, but we did it at Whole Foods, and we can kind of tell we were gonna get kicked out because there weren't too many people today, and so many employees were swarming around, and sure enough, boom, they got us. So we got Cincinnati in the house. We got Ravenswood Manor from Leela, nice. We got Australia here. We got New York City's in the house. Huntington Beach, California. Mary's taking a break from some beach volleyball to hang out with Flav City. We got Ohio here. Everything sounds good. Hello, hello. What are you guys making for dinner on this beautiful Friday night? I think one of these days we should do a cook along where I give you guys the menu 48 hours ahead of time and we cook together. If you think that'd be a fun idea, let me see that thumbs up button get a little higher there. We got Wichita Falls, Texas. Where's that, Art, in Texas? Wichita Falls. Is it near? Northern? Northern Texas? It's not near the armpit of hell where you were in Tyler, Texas, was it? No. Wichita, I don't know that one.
Maybe that person can let us know.
Yeah, let us know about that one.
Oklahoma,
I see a lot of thumbs up there. Okay, we're going to do that. That'd be fun, right? Then it's like a live cooking show where you guys are like, yo, Bobby, slow down. I didn't know if I should put salt or pepper there. So here's what we're making tonight. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be shrimp fried rice with lots of veggies and blistered sugar snap peas. Absolutely delicious. We're not doing a keto dinner tonight, but there's a recipe in the cookbook I'll show you that is a perfect sub for starchy rice with cauliflower rice. But Art is in shock because he said, whoa, we're doing a live stream and we're not having cauliflower and we're not having, what was the other one?
I think I was surprised by the rice.
Oh yeah, the rice. I think yeah. Rice. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Oh, and there's no smoke.
Oh, there's no smoked paprika. That's what. No smoked paprika and no cauliflower. Bizarre world, but hey, we're doing our first ever live stream. Worlds are colliding, bro. It's the nexus of the universe, like Seinfeld, first and first, baby, right? North Texas border, near Oklahoma. Art was correct. Near, she received your beautiful book and made the shrimp dishes, and her husband loved them. Love to hear that. Love it.
From Lisbon, Portugal.
Oh, Portugal. Obrigado. Portugal in the house. So let's get started. We got 348 people. Art and I were kind of wondering what's the crowd going to be like on a Friday night. But hey, you know what? Take the link right above here, paste it in your Instagram stories, paste it on your Facebook wall, because hashtag Fridays with Flav. We're going to hang out and we're going to make, by the way, the shrimp is going to be spice crusted and we're making a homemade version of sweet chili sauce. Desi loves that stuff in the bottle from the grocery store. Homie, don't play that game, right? Refined sugar and nasty. We make our own version. It takes 30 seconds with agave nectar, vinegar, and sriracha. Boom goes the dynamite. It's delicious. All right, should we do it, Art?
I think we should.
Boom. All right, let's do it, you guys. So I was in for a treat today at the market because shrimps were on sale at Whole Foods. If you're...
I was in for more of a treat.
Yes, we'll tell you why in a second. Art's in for a big treat. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get these beautiful shrimp for, I think, $10 a pound. These are so big, they're 812 shrimp. 812 brings us to the first trivia of the night for hashtag Fridays with Flav. What does that mean? When you're looking at shrimp, like these big, beautiful shrimp, what does 812 mean, you guys? Leave a comment if you know. Does that mean how many I can fit in my hand at one time? Does it mean how many Art can stuff in his pie hole at one time? I mean,
there's 4 hours in the day that you're allowed to eat them?
That's right, or 8 hours of shrimping allowed, you got to bring your boat back. What does that mean?
Big shrimp.
I took the liberty of peeling these ahead of time. I left one here. Art was happier than me because look what they did at the market. These are called deveined shell-on shrimp. And Art normally has the unenviable job of taking the vein line or the poop out, but they did it for him, and they keep the shell on. So you can keep the shell and make stock or broth, and you don't have to get all that poop out there, which normally takes a long time, right, Art?
Yeah, it's a pretty crappy job.
It's a crappy job. Anna Maria says size. AB, can I substitute cauliflower rice? Yes, I'll get to that in a minute. Marianne got it. Debbie got it. My girl Patty got it. Teresa got it. Elizabeth from Oregon, you got it. Exactly, it's size. When you go into the seafood realm, they like a lot of marketing gimmicks at us, right? Colossal shrimp, jumbo shrimp, megasaurus shrimp. That don't mean jack. Art's never heard of megasaurus ones. Me neither, but I made it up. It's all about size. I think 6 to 8 is the biggest you can get. 8 to 10, you guys, or 8 to 12 is really big, right? Substantial, yeah. Substantial shrimp, now on sale. So these are really good. So all I do, Art, is I take the shell off like this, but I leave the tail on. So I think it makes a nice presentation. And then I save the shells here because I can make shrimp stock out of that. That makes a mean risotto or a cauliflower rice risotto. And then I put them on a sheet tray, and I put 2 layers of plastic or paper on here. And I did that because I want to make these as dry as possible. And here's why. Shrimp are oftentimes very wet. And how am I going to make them crusty as can be in the pan if they're wet? Not possible, right? They're just going to steam or kind of boil in their own water. I'm going to put some curry powder on this, let it marinate for maybe 10-ish minutes, and then cook them in a super hot cast iron pan. Because they're going to be super, super dry, they're going to get really crusty. Then we hit them with that sweet sticky sauce at the end. It's flavor on flavor, and only because the shrimp are dry.
A bunch of people are saying the video is blurry.
Video is blurry.
Super blurry.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm watching right now. It looks good. Hopefully it's just a temporary thing. So knowing that, do I want to salt my shrimp now or wait right before they go in the pan? What do you guys think? Think about it. I want the shrimp to be super crusty. So do I want to salt now or salt later? I do want to add my curry powder. Now this is a cool curry powder called Muchi curry powder. Curry powder is like spice rub. There's so many different kinds of them. But the reason why I like this is look at the color. It's very heavy in turmeric. And I want that beautiful yellow color. But if you can't find this, use regular curry powder and then substitute it with a little bit of turmeric powder and you're good to go. How are these answers to the trivia going, Art, here?
Most people want to go later.
Later. You're all about later, right? Exactly. Salt to prevent the loss of moisture and sogginess. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, got it. Isn't that nice? Think about it. What does salt do? Salt pulls moisture out. If I just said I want these to be bone dry, why would I salt them now? You wouldn't, right? So we just got to think about certain things like that when we're cooking, and then it all starts to make sense. Someone said, when am I making the cheese video? I'd say that's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. We're going to talk about cheeses, also non-dairy cheeses too, let you know which ones are the best, or as Art would say, not cheese. That's right.
Anders from Denmark is back.
Oh, nice. Anders is here? I have not been working on my Danish accent yet, my friend. So let's mix these up. Someone remind me to salt these right before they go in the pan. We're going to cook it in a hot cast iron pan. Pull them out and then put a little bit of agave, a little bit of vinegar, and a little bit of sriracha, and boom goes the dynamite. That's homemade sweet sticky sauce or the sweet chili sauce you would normally buy at the store. So let me wash all that turmeric off my hands.
And he asks, how old is the baby now?
The baby is turning 1 month in the next couple days. She is napping right now with Desi. She's so cute. I think somehow she gets cuter every day, and hopefully she wakes up. We can bring her out here, and you guys can be the first to meet her.
Zeth says, I thought you didn't like agave now.
Well, Zeth, you got me, right? So in my sweetener video, agave is not my favorite because it's high in fructose. It actually has the same amount of fructose as sugar. So it's not my preferred sweetener, but 2 things. I did happen to have a big thing from Costco in the pantry, so I want to use it. But you can't really use, well, you could use maple syrup for this too. Honey would be too sweet, but I just want to use it, to be honest. But you can easily use maple syrup, which I have too. But I would prefer not to use too much of this. But when you got 2 of the big bottles from Costco, you got to use it, right?
Not using this stuff every day either. So.
Right. I'm not using it every day, and I'm not really using sweetener very often, but that is one surprising thing from the sweetener video is that agave, first of all, it's not as raw as you think. It's pretty processed, but it has a high amount of fructose. So if you're borderline diabetes, you want to stay away from that. Or as Wilford Brimley says, diabetes, right? No, diabetes is bad, right? You want to go more towards stevia and monk fruit sweetener. Oh, or actually, you know what? They make keto maple syrup. Buy that. Use it for this recipe. I approve that message. Okay, let's get started on the fried rice, and that brings us to trivia question number 2. By the way, if you haven't done so yet, leave a comment down below. Let us know where you're watching from. 528 people on a Friday night, hashtag Friday with Flav, is pretty cool. I think we can do better. Can we beat our record of last week of 770?
I think we screenshot it.
Oh yeah, but 799 maybe, something like that, because Art thought he saw 800.
Yeah,
it was 799.
795.
Yeah. I mean, Friday night.
Let's hit 800 at least.
If we can do it, you know, get your friends, huddle around the iPhone, take this link right above my head, paste it over to your Instagram story, say, yo, Flav City is making fried rice. He's funny, he's good looking, and he is a really cool guy to hang out with. Post it on your Instagram wall, say, hey, Art's filming Bobby. He's the most eligible bachelor in Chicago. Ladies, let's party, right? But this brings us to trivia number 2. This is 2.5 cups of jasmine rice. Why do I love jasmine rice? Well, smell that. Elsa, Robert, Jeanette, smell that. Jasmine is floral. It has that really beautiful floral like my natural eau de Bobby, right? It has that great floral flavor to it and scent. But why did I cook it ahead of time, you guys? I actually made this early this afternoon. I put it out on the sheet tray lined in parchment paper. Why did I do that? Why not just make fresh rice, dump it in the old pot, and be done with it, right? You tell me why. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my vegetables going. Super, super simple. And I do wanna show you, for those who are keto, we have a keto version of this recipe in the cookbook. So if you go to page 69, dude, look at this. Chicken fried cauliflower rice. The recipe is 100% the same. We just subbed out rice for cauliflower. And we don't have the sweet and sticky sauce for this one, but here's how cool this one is. Each serving of fried rice only has 10.7 grams of net carbs. Each chicken thigh has 8 grams of fat, 0 carbs, and this is what every recipe of the book does. Again, you guys, pictures with every recipe, detailed macros of every part of the recipe, sauces, side dish, and mains, tells you if it's a meal prep, paleo, Whole30, and there's tips, and I let you know if there's a video. You go on Amazon, you type Flav City, 125 low-carb recipes that will knock your socks off, right?
Somebody asked earlier, how's the book doing?
The book's doing great. So we've sold roughly 10,000 copies, which is great for a month and a half. We have 400 reviews on Amazon. We still haven't got the orders from Costco, Walmart, and Sam's Club. How many people do we need emailing Sam's or Costco, I should say? The customer service at Costco said, yeah, we've gotten a lot of requests. It's on our radar. Radar? No. You take that radar, you throw it aside, and you call up my publisher and you order it. So hopefully sometime soon, if you want to email Costco customer service, you can say, yo, get that Flav City cookbook in there. I saw some of the keto books at my warehouse with Art and I last week. I don't like to talk bad about anything, but they were a little kind of okay? That's all I have to say about that. So going back to this, you say you do it ahead of time so it stays dry, so it can dry out a bit. It's not sticky. It'll be crispy. You guys got it right. So it can breathe, right? Fresh rice is wet. We don't want wet rice. We don't want wet rice. We want dry rice so it soaks up the flavor of the pan or the wok. If it's fresh, it'll be soggy. If it's dry, it'll soak up the flavor and get super, super tasty. So I'm preheating my pan back here. I'm gonna put a little bit of avocado oil in here. And then we're gonna keep this simple, but loaded with flavor. Let's do our chopping skills basic. I have half a red onion. I perch my fingers on top like the raven, and I cut parallel lines here. These are the planks. Then I tuck my fingers back and the claw, and I cut sticks here. I always keep my fingers back. That way I can't chop it. I'll just kind of graze it, but it won't really hurt it. And then I make one more cup with my fingers back. right? And that way you have a nice uniform dice on every piece, and it's easier than kind of like chasing the onion all around the board. And then just to make sure, I like to run my knife through it one more time. So this is going to be onions, garlic, ginger, soft scrambled eggs, rice, tamari soy sauce, sesame oil, and sriracha. A little bit of red cabbage for some color. Super, super awesome. Raise your hand if you're like me and you love like extra soft, silky scrambled eggs running all throughout your fried rice. Because for me, that's what fried rice is, right? Really, really tasty rice, but with those soft eggs in there. So when recipes call for 2, I do 3 or 4. I have 3 right here. I might do another one. You never know. We soft scramble it. It's delicious. Okay, so we'll get that going. I'm going to slowly start preheating my cast iron pan back here.
Cece says, stop talking, start cooking.
Cece, this is what we do on live streams. We talk and we hang out. If there's one thing I love more than almost anything in life, it's talking, right? You can never shut me up. That's the beauty of it. Let's see here. Yep, soft scrambled eggs. Way to go, right? Organic gummy bears, good or bad? Richard, come on, bad. It's all refined sugar. It doesn't matter if it's organic cane sugar. It's still the devil, el diablo, right? Let's chop up some garlic. Someone tell me why I'm not adding the garlic in the beginning with the onions. And then I'm going to show you how I peel my ginger too. I have 4 cloves, but I think 3 cloves will do.
I think it's 500 more.
500 more? Yeah. Is it going to be 500 clove fried rice?
Sure. Emerald style.
I like those recipes. 50 clove garlic, because 30 just isn't enough. Okay, that's done.
Says Art needs a mic.
Yes, he does.
Burn, burn, burn.
That's right.
They're all saying burn.
That's right. Burn, burn, burn. We're going to burn it down. We don't want to burn garlic.
Mechanical Spencer asks you, hey Bobby, did you know avocado oil has the highest smoke point out of all the oils used for cooking?
If you watch my cooking oils video from Costco, you will learn that. Actually, there might be other oils that might be slightly higher, but it's insanely high. It's also one of the heart healthiest oils. It is high in omega-3s, low in omega-6s, and really, really good with low cholesterol. So I take my piece of ginger here, and I just take a spoon and I peel it. If you have super young ginger, you actually don't have to peel the skin. You can eat it, but this is senior citizen ginger here.
Donnie Terrence Barrios, not keto today?
No, this is not keto today. You know what? And I'll tell you why it's not keto. Because we've been making a lot of postpartum recipes lately. By the way, I don't chop my ginger because I find that when you bite into a piece of ginger, it's super, super strong and spicy. So I just microplane it like this. So we're making a lot of postpartum recipes, and I want to start sharing more of those because keto and low carb is actually not good after you have a baby, because you want to make foods that help heal the body and help increase milk production. And low carb and low starch is not the best at that. So we've been making rice porridge for Desi, quinoa stew, a lot of mung beans and healthy beans, wet, warming bone broths are great, but the gist of it is you don't want to eat like acidic cold foods, and you don't want to eat too low carb. So if you want to make this a little healthier, you can use brown rice, but I actually wanted to do like a super traditional way of making it. And I've been using white rice to make this rice porridge in the morning. You boil it with water and like turmeric and cardamom and cloves, ghee, and then other spices, and it's delicious. You put a little bit of honey in there. That's the best thing for new mommies. If you're a new mom, you want to heal your body and produce your milk production for the baby, it's an Ayurvedic diet.
Okay.
I got
2 questions here.
Talk to me.
One of them is serious. Is cocaine low carb?
Okay.
And how can you tell if your ginger is young or old?
You look at the skin. If the skin is very thin and super tight, it's young. It's kind of like a person, right? You look at that like a young person, like, ooh, that's nice, tight, young skin. Same thing. If it's like a little older and it feels thick, then it's old. I'd say like unless you go to an Asian store, you're probably not going to find it. So yeah, so actually follow me on Instagram stories on Flav City, because we've been doing a ton of these postpartum recipes and a lot of moms are liking it. So I think actually our next cookbook could be like part like for moms and part for like toddlers, like really healthy, creative baby food. So we shall see.
Anders is off to bed. He says goodnight.
Oh, Anders, come on, you're leaving already? Wait, we know Anders. He goes to bed, comes back 15 minutes later, and he's like, I'm back. We'll see. Yeah. Good night, Anders. We'll see you later. Let's see. Let's see here. Art needs a microphone. I know. How can we get you a microphone, Art, so it's working?
We'd have to get a different road.
Another one. Okay, we'll figure it out. Amy loves the cookbooks. Hello from the Poconos. That's awesome. So onions are doing their thing. Let's come back here and just add.
Come back there yet?
Yeah, why not, Art? Just for a second. Gonna add the ginger and the garlic. And then I just want to add a pinch of salt. We're gonna add salt later in the form of soy, tamari soy, I should clarify. And maybe someone can help me out. Hey, maybe like, hey, Paul Sippel's in the house, nice. Maybe Danielle or Luther, do me a favor. Help Art and stir up my aromatics here. Everyone say hi to Paul in the comments. Paul is the chicken man from the egg and the egg man from the egg video. I always call it the wrong name.
You can call him the chicken man too, but the Beatles never had a reference to the chicken.
That's right.
So.
Paul is the egg man. Woo! Oh, let's see here. Hey, Bobby, can you do a video about what gluten-free breads to buy and to avoid? Well, let's talk about that for a second. Thank you, guys. Art and I just got back today from the grocery store. We went to Whole Foods and we did a video all about breads, including gluten-free breads. Spoiler alert, the best gluten-free breads are Canyon Bakehouse and what's the other one? Can't think. There's one online only, but in the store, Canyon is really good. Ezekiel is my top pick. Sprouted breads are really good for you. Sprouted breads are easier to digest and your body can derive more nutrition from them. So that video is going to come out Sunday. We actually got kicked out of the store today filming the video. All right, let's scramble some eggs here. So we're at Whole Foods filming the video and there were just so many people working today and they kicked us out. Luckily, we were almost done with the video. I have 3 pasture-raised eggs here. Look at the color of these yolks. You guys are gorgeous, right? They're not these cage-free and free-range eggs that are so crappy. These are really nice pasture-raised eggs that have that gorgeous orange yolk. Gonna mix that up. I think 3 eggs should be fine here. So yeah, that video is coming out on Sunday. Tomorrow, the video about the Beyond Burger is coming out. I'm basically telling you what the fuss is all about. I'm telling you every ingredient in there. Some are good and some are bad. And the gist of the video is, hey, if you're looking for a meat alternative burger, not a veggie burger, a meat alternative, and you're a vegan or vegetarian, that's your choice. Is it healthy? Not necessarily, but they do a great job making it taste and feel like a beef burger. It's really impressive. All right, Arturian, check it out. We go right into the pan with our scramble. And we mix it up. Now, I don't want to overcook it. I actually want a soft scramble on this. And then I'm going to add my rice.
What kind of heat you want?
Well, I'm just going to keep, this is still over medium high. I'm not making like a scrambled egg for breakfast where I do it over medium low. Because see how the curds are a bit larger? That's not ideal for morning scrambled eggs, but for this one, it's fine. Okay, now we'll come in here. We'll take our rice. Once again, this is jasmine rice. I just love the flavor of this. I think it's fantastic. This is the part where you want to use a cauliflower rice. In the book, right now you would add 1 large head of cauliflower, grated by hand. And everything else is exactly the same. That's the beauty of this recipe. You can do it with riced broccoli too. Get over here, you runaway. Now, there's 3 sauces I use to make the seasoning here, right? I call these my holy trinity of Asian sauces. And they are tamari soy sauce. Now, I know soy is not like the most keto-friendly dish, but I use this in the cookbook because I love that salty umami flavor. I don't like coconut aminos because I find them too sweet. And I don't like regular soy sauce because it has gluten. Tamari is made without wheat. And the flavor is just like, you need it, right? So a little bit of that. A little bit of toasted sesame oil. This stuff is great. It's the sesame seed, toasted, pressed, and it's super strong, so you only want like half a teaspoon to a teaspoon to start. Don't overdo it with that stuff. It's really, really strong. And then for spice, a little bit of sriracha, or in the cookbook, I actually prefer sambal olik. Sambal olik is made by many of the same companies who make sriracha, but they don't use sugar. Many srirachas have a little bit of sugar, which actually doesn't make them paleo. If you get the cookbook, almost every recipe says, I prefer sambal olik, which is a chili paste, very similar to this, but it has no sugar.
Shaheen's in the house.
Shaheen from Dubai in the house. Shaheen's one of the longest time Flav City family members. And Shaheen actually has a family member coming to Chicago this month, and I heard there's a present for Rose coming our way. So that's really cool. Thank you, Shaheen. All right, let's do a little shake over here.
Somebody wants to know what kind of knife you have.
Oh, I'll show you the knife. So look what happens. As soon as I start to mix it up here, it starts to stain everything really nice. And then we start to, whoops, I just lost a huge chunk there.
Would have been a perfect chunk.
I know, that was a nice chunky monkey. But this recipe is all about checking for seasoning and adjusting. So I'm gonna cook that for another minute. Now let's go back to the shrimp. I'm going to get this pan really hot. And we talked earlier about not salting the shrimp to the end. So in case you're just joining, these are 8 to 12 shrimp, big boys, right? We put muchi curry powder, which is a yellow curry powder heavy in turmeric. We add salt now because we talked earlier about adding salt. In the beginning, we'll pull out moisture. We don't want that. We want a dry shrimp so it gets nice and crispy. We're gonna pull it out of the pan. We're gonna make a homemade sweet chili sauce with 3 ingredients: agave nectar, vinegar, and sriracha. Easy. Dinner's done. Garnish with some green onion, some sesame seeds, made in the shade. So a little.
Sesame oil go bad.
Yes, that's why I keep it in the fridge. Absolutely. Absolutely. So all oils can go bad, which is why I only buy as much as I can use in maybe a month or two. I keep them in these bottles, my Rachel Ray bottles, so there's no direct sunlight going here. But sesame oil in particular, I keep in the fridge. Okay, as soon as that oil starts to smoke, I'm gonna add my shrimp. In the meantime here, I'm gonna check this for seasoning. I can just tell visibly, it probably needs more of everything I put in. But we're also gonna add some cabbage. The texture of that rice is al dente and almost like chewy because we made it ahead of time. That is really, really good, but it needs more. So I'm gonna shake in more tamari, and then I wanna cook it for a couple of minutes because I want to actually dry it out even more and get some of those pieces like a little kind of nutty. Get that, that Spanish socarat, right? The bottom of the paella pan. I say paella like the British. So let's mix that up. And then I also want to add a handful of red cabbage just because it looks pretty and it's going to add some crunch. And I want the heat of the rice just to cook that through. So really quick, Art, let's come here. I have a head of organic red cabbage. I'm just going to slice that. Oh, by the way, this is a shun. It's a shun hikari knife. It's designed like a Japanese hornet's nest. The wood here smells delicious. I believe it's birch. And I think they only have it at Williams-Sonoma right now. But that's my favorite knife brand, and they don't pay me to say that. This is one of their newer ones. It's awesome.
Is cabbage keto?
Green cabbage is very, red cabbage not as much. Great question. So in the book, I tend to use more green, or I use a mix because I actually love the look of red cabbage. But many of the recipes in the book are meal prep, so like one head of cabbage for 5 meals is not going to hurt anyone. Okay, this looks really good. I'm just going to shake the pan so the oil gets coated. I'm using cast iron because I want like a crazy good sear. How do I know the oil is hot enough? Well, I take one sample one and I put it in. That sounds not hot enough to me, right? So Art agrees. We're going to let that heat up even more. Here's the thing actually about cast iron, Art, is that even though I think it sears better than any material ever, it takes a little longer to heat up because it's very dense and heavy. So it's a little slower to heat up. But man, that thing is like a locomotive, right? As soon as it gets going, Ain't no stopping it. It's gonna keep going and going. It holds that heat even when the burner's off. It's crazy.
It can be uneven, the heat too.
Yes, that's the beauty of it, right? Even if your burner doesn't have the most even flame.
It can be uneven though as it heats up.
Oh, yes, you gotta wait because you're right. It could be like a hotter zone here and cooler because it's a little slower to heat up. But once it gets there, I'm talking sometimes 3 to 4 minutes, then it's good to go. That's a great point. Whereas my nonstick is gonna heat much quicker, much quicker. All right, let's shake that up again. Try not to lose too much rice. All right.
I'm gonna share this video too. We're at 673.
Oh, 673. All right, guys, we're doing good for a Friday night. 673. We're about 100-ish away. So things are about to get really, really tasty. You take that link right above my head. You paste it to your Instagram story. You put it on your Facebook wall. You say, hey, hashtag Fridays with Flav City. We're hanging out. We're cooking shrimp fried rice with homemade sweet sticky chili sauce. Who does that? We do every single week, which is why below the video, there's a bell icon. You push that bell icon, you get a notification as soon as we plan a live stream and as soon as our videos come out every single week. 3 of those videos. You don't want to miss it. Art and I are killing it, baby.
They've changed the bell icon now.
Did they really?
So now there's the option of no alerts, some alerts, or all alerts.
Interesting.
So you want to hit the top bell.
That's for the top. Okay, as if they didn't make it hard enough. You have to hit the bell, then the top bell. I mean, come on, YouTube. Look what's happening here. See how the oil's smoking just a little bit? Can you see that on your screen, Art?
Yeah.
That's what you want. Now when I put it in, that's a little nicer. So I have a bunch of shrimp here. I'm going to cook these in 2 batches because if I put them all in now, they're going to overcook. They're going to crowd the pan and they're going to end up steaming in their own juices as opposed to getting nice and crusty. So, I mean, look, I still have a bunch left, but why would I overdo it when I went through all that problems to dry them out, all that trouble to get the pan hot?
What spices again?
That's mochi curry powder and salt. That's it. So that's the beauty of using something like curry powder is that it's a spice rub, right? Curry is the same word as spice, right? There's not one curry powder, just as like there's not one spice, right? In other parts of the world, a curry is a spice rub. Well, this is mochi curry powder, and it's heavy in turmeric, which I love because it has that beautiful yellow color. And they were all yellow. I'm all about yellow, all right? So that's going. And the last side dish we're gonna make is a blistered snow pea with basically sesame and soy vinaigrette. Super easy. Same recipes in my book, but instead of sugar snap peas, we use snow peas because they're much lower in carbs. So super simple thing. So even though we're not making keto tonight, who says you can't make it keto, right? You're the boss of you. And once you have my book, you make that with cauliflower rice, and you're made in the shape, right? So go on Amazon, search Flav City. The book ships worldwide. And if I go to the salmon chapter or the seafood chapter, check out. These are the blistered snow peas with sesame seeds, chilies, and tamari and sesame oil. It's paired with crispy skin salmon and cauliflower rice pilaf. I mean, come on, right? This is one of the recipes in the book. This has macros per dish, per salmon, per pilaf, per snow peas. And then also we let you know, hey, by the way, this dish is a meal prep. It's nut-free, it's dairy-free, it's egg-free. It makes 5 meals, 40 minutes of cooking time, 25 minutes of prep time. This is the ultimate cookbook for people who want to lose weight without sacrificing flavor, changing lives with this book, all because of you guys. Book's doing great. Once again, all because of you. So thank you for that.
Elizabeth said, why not brown jasmine?
Yeah, you can totally do that. I actually just wanted to do like traditional. A very traditional fried rice, but brown jasmine rice would have more flavor and more nutrition because that outer endosperm is still on there. So when you have white rice, they take away the germ and the endosperm. You just have the inner hull, not much nutrition. When you have brown rice, it has that outer layer on there. When you have wild rice, it has multiple layers on there, super high in fiber. You could actually do this with wild rice, cook it for an hour ahead of time. It'd be the most nutritious and delicious fried rice ever.
Any updates on autographed copies of your cookbook?
Yes, I would say in the next 2 weeks, I will have limited. I'm talking maybe 50 copies available. The best way to find out is follow me on Flav City Instagram. I'll do a story about it. So stay tuned, right? It's all about when I get them in stock. We sold 150 last time in like 12 hours. It was crazy. That's getting really good. All right, shrimp.
Tails on the shrimp for visual appeal, right?
Yeah, it's all about visual, right? Sexy food, because Art and I are sexy guys. Oh, come on. Look at that crust. This is why I love cooking. Oh my God. The spices are going in my throat.
I didn't bring my gas mask.
Oh my God, you guys. The curry powder just went in our throats, but look at that. That is what it's all about. That's why I dried the shrimp. That's why I had a hot cast iron pan.
Is it just me, or is Bobby sounding like Christopher Walken?
Why? What am I doing?
That's what they said.
All right, look what's happening here. Art. We're getting this caramelization, sokarat, on the rice, but I need more flavor, right? More cowbell, I need more flavor. You guys, the smell coming off of the shrimp are great, right? But that curry powder is creating a really strong aroma that went directly down our esophagus now, and it's like level grade A, like gas poisoning. So, it is a mortal sin to overcook shrimp, and I feel like 90% of people do it. So I actually pull my shrimp when they're a little raw inside because there's so much heat in here, it's gonna carry over cooked, right, Art?
Yeah.
So, see, it was like primarily on the first side and just 30 to 40 seconds on the second side. And we'll let them cook in the plate here for another minute or so, and they'll be perfect because nothing's worse than overcooking shrimp. And you guys look at that, right? That's sexy. Now, while the pan is scorching hot, we'll take a little splash here of avo. By the way, you can cook this in ghee. It would be absolutely lovely. And now the pan is so hot, look, as soon as I put that oil in, it starts to run and smoke. So, just like I said, cast iron might be a little slow to warm up, just like I was a little slow in school. But once we get going, can't stop us now, right?
Debbie says we need smell-o-vision. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, Debbie, that's the one time you don't want it. Yeah, the one time you don't want is when the curry powder is going straight down your esophagus. Splatter guard is a must. The best $10 investment on Amazon you will ever get.
Diana Zimmerman said, "Love Fridays with Flav." There's
Hey.
a video going around that says keto is bad for anyone over 40. Can we comment on that?
That's so stupid. Those are just people trying to take advantage of the headline of keto. Keto is good for everyone. Paleo is good for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're 40 or 25. If you want to lose weight, reduce your risk of high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease, it's the way to go.
Any spices off limits from keto? That question's from
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Repeat the question.
Oh yeah, so any spices off limits on keto? Nope, 0. Now, on limits is a little bit of ghee. Just poured on the shrimp, so while they're melting, they can get extra happy. Why not? All right, that's grass-fed organic ghee from Thrive Market. Now let's see what's going on with our paella over here. Oh, you guys, this is getting really, really jiggy with it. Look at this. Where's my hair? This. I mean, the color is really developing. It's looking like proper rice now. I need to do another taste with a clean spoon here. This is what cooking is all about. Checking for seasoning and adjusting. How are you going to know if it tastes good if you don't check your food while you cook it? Done. A little crispy on the bottom. Paella style. High five, y'all. That's good. Ooh. UPS? Whoa! I blame it on the UPS guy. I'll buzz him in here real quick. Okay. Take a look at the shrimp here. How are these guys looking here? Okay, let me clean up this mess here real quick. Yeah, I think so, right? Actually, why don't you guys help out Art? Why don't you guys flip the shrimp with Art here? Why don't Barbara, Amy, and Tracy.
Shrimp flipping with Art.
That's right. Shrimp flipping with Art. What else would you rather do on a Friday night than hang out with Art and flip shrimp? Sounds like a Forrest Gump kind of thing.
Something like that.
Shrimp flipping, span the cheek. Okay. We got one more thing to do really quick. We got to make the side dish here. Oh, those look amazing. Good job, guys. Crushing life. All right, we got to make the side dish really quick, which I should have started earlier, but we're going to see how quickly I can actually do this. Doing my pan over full blast here. I'm going to put this to the side. These are sugar snap peas. They're a little higher in carbs than snow peas. They're crispy, sweet, and delicious. I'm going to pan sear them, actually almost like pan char them in here. Then splash in a little bit of tamari soy sauce, a little bit of sesame oil. Done. It's a great little kind of crunchy side dish because everything in this dish right now is very soft and mushy. Okay, these shrimp need 10 more seconds, then they're done. And then we're gonna make that beautiful pan sauce, which actually I'll do in here because it's better to cook it because it's sweet and sticky in non-stick as opposed to cast iron because that'll be a pain in the butt. Okay, we got 683 people hanging out with hashtag Flav City, Fridays with Flav City, a good old time. Let's get these shrimp out. It just happens so quick, you guys. I want you to stop overcooking shrimp because they get rubbery and tough. There's really no fat in shrimp, right? So we have to be mindful of that. See, I don't think it was. Okay. Now, if you're wondering how you clean this cast iron pan, I would let it cool down just a little bit. Then put some salt in here, rub it around, then put really hot water there. Take a sponge, the harsh side of the sponge here, no soap, and just rub it out. That's the best way to do it. Right? Never add soap because it gets rid of the seasoning of the pan. Just really hot water, or sometimes I'll put water in here, cook it for 1 minute, then wipe it out with the sponge in the sink, and it's good to go. Okay, that has to heat up. Everything's really hot today. Hot pans, hot woks, because when you're doing stir fry stuff, it really happens fast and furious, or like I like to say, Vin Diesel style, right? There's no stopping, right? You go quick, you go fast, you go hard. So we're gonna cook these the same way we cook the shrimp, hot and fast. Same way we cook the fried rice, hot and fast. Wok, that's right. That's the essence art of the pan. You want it super hot. That's the way to go. I actually don't even own a wok. How crazy is that? Okay.
I guess it's crazy.
It's crazy. All right, let's come back over here, Arturion. Whew, things are getting hot in the kitchen, huh? Whew.
Well, April Hernandez is accusing me and you of only responding to people who buy your book.
I don't think so, April. I just look and I see something. Does cooking in cast iron add iron as a nutrient to your dish? It actually does. It does add iron. Great question. If someone is diabetic and goes on keto, it's highly likely their medications will have to be adjusted lower. Yeah, if you go on keto and you have diabetes, you're gonna go way lower on your medications because you could have actually get off of your medications because keto lowers your blood sugar greatly.
It's probably good to consult a doctor if you are diabetic.
For sure. Always consult your doctor, especially if you're already diabetic or pre-diabetic. But it's going to help you out big time. All right. These go in. Tilt the oil away from you and just add them in. I'm going to put this on. I love sugar snap peas. They're so crispy and delicious. So let's finish this, you guys. I have some green onions here. Gonna pop the top off. Finely slice these. It's nice to get a fresh raw garlic flavor. And look what I'm doing. Once again, my fingers are back. I'm doing the claw again. That way I can't cut myself. So we'll take some green onions. Okay, add that to the fried rice here. Good. And then we'll take some sesame seeds, shake that in here, mix that up, and that's done. That is so good, and the beauty of that, because it gets even better the next day. There are so many aromas in here right now. Dang. Let's keep our shrimp hot.
I think somebody asked this question, and I'm guessing the answer is you don't have any techniques. Any techniques to keep the place from getting smoky?
No. I get that. I get that question a lot. There's no techniques. That's the only bad side about that. I get smoky. Only technique is I buy a portable gas burner, like for camping. I go out to the back and I do it out there sometimes, and it saves the smoke and it saves the cleanup of doing it in the kitchen. It's really, really cool.
Do you have any thoughts about America's Test Kitchen gluten-free cookbooks? Can you check those out?
I haven't, but I know Art is a huge fan of America's Test Kitchen gluten-free cookbooks, or America's Test Kitchen in general. So if they say it's good, I trust them because they really test their recipes to make sure they're legit.
It's looking amazing.
This looks amazing. So I think, why don't we let Art try it? So Art, come over here for a second.
Okay.
And Art will let us know if it needs more seasoning. So let's put the camera on Art here real quick. All right, I don't want you guys
Hi,
just
everybody.
to take, yeah, everyone say hi to Art real quick.
You can't hear me, but hello. Amazing.
Amazing? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Don't need any more salt or anything.
Awesome. Art cannot lie. So if Art says it's good, I mean, look at that pan, right? Hit that thumbs up button if that is a pan of sexy grub, right? Like I said, make it keto by putting cauliflower rice in there, and it's good to go. Oh, we got a spammer in the house.
Okay, we got some moderators.
Oh, we got some, guys, get rid of those guys, you guys. We don't need them. Did Rose wake up with that loud sneeze? Rose is actually really good at sleeping through anything. She's not in the room, she's in the back, but I like drop stuff on the floor and everything, and she doesn't flinch. So see what's happening already? They're getting blistered. There's something magical about peas and beans that get blistered. They're beautiful.
Blister in the sun.
That's right. Let me know why you blister in the sun and taste so darn good. So guys, we're pretty much done. Oh, we got to make that sweet chili sauce in that pan. So as soon as those come out, we're going to add 3 things to that pan. We're going to add agave nectar. We're going to add vinegar and sriracha. This is my homemade hack for making sweet chili sauce. Like I said earlier, that bottle of chili sauce from the grocery store is loaded with refined sugar and corn syrup. Bah, bad news. We make it with these 3 ingredients. It takes literally 30 seconds. We pour it over the shrimp. So good. I made it up one day. I'm like, you know what? I bet I can just do this in a pan sauce afterwards. It worked brilliant. Absolutely brilliantly. Will you make baby food for Rose when she starts eating? Absolutely. And we'll be sharing a ton of those recipes. I'm thinking a cookbook for really, really tasty, healthy, like baby food is in the future for sure. Would you like to see that? I know it's a smaller market, but I think like moms would love like a really clean and creative cookbook for that. I hope you guys can hear that. I love that sound. Okay. Hey guys, if you haven't done so yet, we got to know where you're watching from, right? We're how many minutes in here? 700 people, 48 minutes into the live stream. Leave a comment down below. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what you're making for dinner. And you know, we're just hanging out. Hashtag Fridays with Flav. Our first time ever doing a live stream on Friday. Tomorrow, we're doing a video all about the Beyond Meat burger. We're going down and pretty much itemizing every single ingredient. We cook it up afterwards. Spoiler alert, Art actually liked it. It's not the cleanest thing.
I wanted to hate it.
He wanted to hate it, but you know what? It was good. It's not really the best for you, but for a meat substitute burger, it's really good. Then on Sunday, we have a video about bread. What breads to buy, what breads to avoid. We filmed that today. We got kicked out of Whole Foods making it, but we finished the video. When you're buying bread, whole grains are very, very important. Enriched flour is terrible. So unless it says whole grain, it's bad for you. High protein and high fiber, good for you because it satiates your hunger. Low sugar, really important too. Sprouted bread is one of the best ones. All you have to do is read the ingredients. There's a lot of stuff like dough stabilizers and preservatives in there that you just don't want. Ezekiel bread is great. Silver Hills is really good. Gluten-free Canyon Ranch is really good. So I have all that information about bread, gluten-free bread, and some hamburger buns too. So things are happening here. It happens really, really quick. I'd say 2 more minutes on that. And then we're about ready to plate up here. So, and then high up on the list for future weeks is cheeses. What kind of organic fruits and veggies. Which ones do you have to buy? Which ones? So we got a lot of good stuff. We just got to make sure we don't get kicked out of the grocery store. That's the most important thing because there's only so many places we can go, right? Let's see here. Oh, we got Cooper's making leftover barbecue for the 4th of July. Nice.
Fort Worth? Is that
Fort Worth, Texas. I love it. Let's Ontario, Canada, close to Toronto. We got. Let's see here. Yesterday they made the creamy mushroom chicken and veggie mash. Huh, I'm getting a spinning thing on my feet. I wonder what's going on here. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. Germany's in the house. We got Amy loving the cookbook. London's here. Congrats on the baby. Houston, if your feed is gone, just hit the refresh. I don't know what happened there. Okay, I'm going to stop this. I'll come back here really quick. So basically, we're like blistering or frying right now. I want to stop that. So how do I do it? I add liquid in the form of tamari soy and a little bit of sesame oil. Another facial. Right? And then, look at that. You take a little bit of sesame seeds. And then I want a little bit of heat in there. So Art, check it out real quick. I'm going to slice this red chili here. Like the most simple side dish, right? But it tastes so complicated and complex. It's awesome. So we'll take that. A little bit of heat. That's a red fingered chili. Not that spicy. We'll just mix it up. And look at that, right? It looks like something you might get at Benihana. But it's so darn easy to make. You spill that onto the plate. That's a nice little side dish, you guys. Look at that. Healthy, crunchy, and full of flavor. It's a way to take peas or beans and make them sexy. So now, pan is still on. I turn the heat down to medium-low, and we make that sweet chili sauce. We take agave nectar. We add it to the pan. About a 1/4 cup. Then we take a splash of vinegar. Any vinegar you want, or lime juice would be great. I'd say rice wine vinegar would be the best, but I don't have any. I think Art knows how to make this sauce like the back of his hand, right?
That's right.
We made it this weekend at a festival in St. Pete, Florida. And we showed about 60 or 80 people how to make this over the course of the day, and it was really fun. So now we just let that cook for a minute. And it's really all about getting the seasoning correct. You want it to be sweet, sour, and spicy. So all you do is check it for seasoning, but be careful because this is really, really hot. So it is napalm. It's culinary napalm. Not there yet. So we need more spice. Let's see. Yeah, we got 2 bars. A little more spice and a little more acid, I think.
Maggie B says hi from Fort Lauderdale.
What up, Fort Lauderdale? So Art and I were in St. Pete, Florida last weekend. We did the cooking demos at the Michelob Ultra Fitness Festival. It was so cool. People came from all over. They worked out. We hosted 3 culinary cooking demos throughout the day that were interactive. They did all the cooking. Art and I taught them. It was super fun. Okay, so now we're good. And then we're going to let that cook down for a minute. Then we can plate up. So you guys, I mean, we're like an hour into this stream, but we've been hanging out, having a good time. You can make this whole dinner from start to finish in 30 minutes if you're not like talking to like 600 of your closest friends, right? Super easy for a weeknight or a weekend, entertaining, anything you want. So let's plate this up here. I guess.
Jamie Davis bought 15 copies.
What?
I'm getting caught up on messages here.
Where's this? Jamie bought 15 copies. Where is this?
15, so.
I don't see. Did Jamie buy 15 books? I can't see that. I can't see. Well, if you did, Jamie, thank you.
Oh, there's a.
There's a super chat, but not my favorite question. So we won't even address that kind of stuff, but the answer is no. Wow, someone paid money to ask that question. That's interesting. I would rather just give you your money back. How about that? So this is reducing nicely. Let's just plate it up and show you what it looks like. So we take Want to go in front, Art, for this one? We take a scoop of the fried rice. Put that down. I mean, colors popping off the charts. They don't even make this at Benihana, right? You're not going to get that quality organic rice, pasture raised, high quality, non-GMO eggs. I don't think so. Then we take a couple of these shrimps that have been basted in the butter. I leave the tails on because I love the presentation. Don't you love the crust on that, Art? It's just turmeric stained. So darn pretty. Put a bunch of shrimps on that, why not? Perfect. Then we'll put a little bit of green onions, a little bit of sesame seeds. I mean, you could stop there, right? But Art, when do I ever know when to stop?
You don't.
I don't, right? Then we have our side dish of this, and then we go back here. We take our sweet chili sauce.
Your dinner, you can do as you want.
That's right.
You won't stop.
We won't stop. Look at that. Now see how it thickened up, you guys? And once that cools down, it comes into a syrup even more. And then we take our homemade sweet chili sauce. Oh, come on. Give me some thumbs up for that. We drizzle all over the top, and that's the healthy version of that nasty store-bought sauce with that fructose. And you guys, look at that. There it is. Give me some love. Give me some fanfare for that. My authentic veggie-loaded fried rice with spice-crusted shrimp and a homemade sweet chili sauce. You cannot get this at any restaurant. The level of quality ingredients in there is off the charts. Plus, you'd rather make this, right? You can make this so much better than anyone can at a restaurant, and it's gonna be healthy because they cook it in like canola oil. They use low quality eggs. We use only the best because I wanna feed you and your family the best, and I wanna feed Art and my family and Rose the best too, and that's how we roll. So that's delicious. I think we should taste it up, and then I will see if Rose is up, and if she's up, I'll bring her over here real quick. But let's just see here. And then I want Art to try that too. First, I want to try the rice on its own now that it's been chilling. Wow. The sauce kind of drizzled down into the rice. That is amazing. Then we take that sweet, sticky shrimp. We got sauce just dripping off there. Oh my God. It's so much flavor, right? Because we have the curry powder, then we have the crust, then we have the sauce. That is phenoms. Hold on. I hate when people leave the meat in the shrimp tail. Or pinch it out, people. There's so much flavor there. And then, I'm gonna try sometimes you gotta pat yourself in the back. I'm sorry, I mean, can you hear that? It's still crispy, but it's blistered and flavorful. I mean, that is the bomb, you guys. Oh my God. So darn tasty. I love that. Now, give me 1 second. I'll see if the baby's up, and then Art and I are gonna try this together. 1 second. Okay, yes. Is Rose available or no? I want to show her on camera.
When are you going to finish?
5 minutes. Yeah? Okay, let me grab her real quick.
She's nursing, so good luck with that.
Oh, gosh. There, let's just real quick.
Sure.
Oh, baby.
Come here, sweet pea. Everyone wants to see you real quick. I'll bring you back to mommy, I promise. I know. I know. Yeah. It's a lot more fun back there, I know. Okay, everyone, here she is. Here's the love of my life. We just took her off of Desi. She's like, I was eating some prime grade A milk, and you brought me out here for shrimp and fried rice? She won't even open her eyes. She's like, no, I want my mom. Right, so right now she's about 8 pounds and 2 ounces. She's getting prettier every day. She does not want to open her eyes. She's like, I was just eating a second ago. And she's so darn cute. Sometimes we bring in her when we're cooking. Like last night, she was watching me make roasted cauliflower. right? Didn't you like that cauliflower last night? We taught her that when you're making oven roasted cauliflower, what do we do, sweetie? Huh? Oh, you forgot? Okay, we put the sheet tray in the oven while it's preheating so it gets really, really hot. That way you get that caramelized, delicious cauliflower, right? Right? She's out of it now. First she was napping, then she was feeding from Desi. Now she's like, I don't know where I am. She's like, cumin and curry. No, I want sweet cream milk. I don't want curry right now. So as soon as she gets older, we'll make a bunch of videos together for baby food with superfoods in them. It's not going to be your Gerber run-of-the-mill stuff, right? So, she looks. Oh, thank you, Anisha. She says she looks just like me. Everyone on Instagram stories, or 83% of people, says she looks like Desi. I did a poll. So hey, the babies change a lot when they're young, right? But look at that face. If she actually opened her eyes now, they're really big and blue. And she's getting nice and chubby. Got a little bit of a heat rash on her face, but that's okay. Right? My love. Yeah. So Daddy and Art are going to eat some shrimp now. And then you could have more milk, right? She's crushing the milk like nobody's boss. Then she gets milk drunk, right? So follow me on Flav City Instagram. After she eats the milk, she's like a drunken sailor. And she just passes out. All right, my cutie? All right, let me give her back to Desi, and then we can show Art eating some of the shrimps. Rose does not want. Are you coming out or not?
I finished.
Yeah. Oh, I just got to end the stream. Let me give her back to you real quick.
Okay.
She's not interested in curried shrimp. She
No.
wants milk. Yeah, right, sweet pea? All right, go selfie style so they can watch you trying this. Wow, it's so smoky in here, you guys. I just came. The bedroom smells like good. Out here smells like Benihana.
This one mine?
Yes, the clean one. So that was Rose Honey. Rose Honey is, grab a new one. Art's always a stickler. So I can't wait to share the baby recipes for you and all that good stuff. And recipes for mommies, right? Postpartum recipes. Yes. I haven't made fried rice with jasmine rice in a while, but man, as much as I love cauliflower rice, like the real deal once in a while is so darn good, you guys. Look at that color of that. Art?
That's really good.
What's the verdict? How about the texture on that rice? Isn't it nice? Mm-hmm. See, that's the beauty of making it ahead of time. It's not wet and soggy. It can hold its texture, but it soaks up like a sponge. All the flavors of the pan or the wok, as Art said. Shrimps.
I don't care that somebody's been saying shrimp is not healthy. I'm going to eat it. So.
Shrimp is not unhealthy. People think shrimp is high in cholesterol. Cholesterol is 75% hereditary. Don't worry about the cholesterol in the food you eat, okay? Just make sure it's wild, high-quality shrimp, not like those nasty farm-raised ones from Vietnam. Not good at all. And these delicious snap peas. You guys, sugar snap peas blistered like that. So we have all these recipes in the cookbook, but the keto version, right? So go on Amazon, search Flav City. You can ketoize anything you saw today. And all three of these recipes are in the cookbook, the keto version. The drop-off is so minimal. We made a cookbook that doesn't make it feel like you're on a diet. It just feels like you're eating really, really clean food that tastes amazing, you guys. So that is it. This weekend, tomorrow, the Beyond Burger. Everything you got to know about it, plus a taste test. Sunday, bread review. What breads to buy, what to avoid, including gluten-free ones. Then next week, we don't know yet, but we had a great time hanging out as always. Mad love from Art and I. Hashtag keep on cooking. Peace. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Hashtag first ever Flav City on Friday.